If you truly aspire to become the greatest samurai to have ever lived, you must master the ancient techniques handed down by the warriors of Doma. This path is not easy, but if anyone possesses the strength to achieve such greatness, it is you. Now, go forth, for I have no more to teach you. Your journey must begin, and you must traverse these lands in search of your own answers. Use your skills to aid others, and embark on noble adventures. Face formidable foes that will test the very limits of your endurance and spirit. Your ultimate destination is the land of samurai, Doma, where you will discover the sacred scriptures containing a technique of unparalleled power.
Can I have the super sacred scriptures? No. Please? Can I have the super secret scriptures? For the last time, no. Now get out of here. Oh, you want to fight, huh? You useless piece of waste. You should have been born before the world sundered, because you would have been more useful as a sacrifice to Zodiac than standing here like a disheveled thing.
Attain this, and you will have completed the final task bestowed upon you by your master, a master who will be exceedingly proud.
I've done it. I found the scriptures that will teach me the ultimate technique. Now I just need to open it and see for myself. Amazing. This is something I had never thought of before. With this, I can surely become the greatest samurai the Final Fantasy world has ever seen. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the next episode of the P12S Savage Clearing video series. Man, I really need to make shorter titles. This video will include both Week 2 and Week 3 progress, as our Reaper got sick and decided to take a break from the game to recover and rest. Thanks to this, however, most of our sessions had to be filled in with people from the Party Finder, which is the equivalent of trying to hire someone for an executive job at a kindergarten. But we managed somehow, and things actually turned out pretty well considering our situation. Now to pick up where we left off at our Super Chain Theory 1. We now find ourselves faced with the next mechanic of the fight, Para 3. Oh god, where to even start with this one? First off, Para 3 has a lot of similarities to Para 2, but it just kind of rips the kiddie wheels off the bike and tells you to figure it out, because you're a grown man now, and you need to start making a name for yourself out there, instead of sitting inside, playing some Japanese online video game, and making stupid, unfunny videos on YouTube that nobody even likes to watch. I know, Dad! Leave me alone! As I was saying, Para 3 has some mechanics used previously that you should be familiar with. After the boss starts casting Paradigma, she begins her Engravement of Souls, and both the tanks and the healers will receive debuffs. Now, stop scrolling through your TikTok and listen carefully. 2 players will receive a tower debuff, and they will always be the same element, so either dark or light, while the other 2 will either get a cross debuff or an X debuff. In those cases, the cross always goes north and the X always goes south. Now that we have established that, I need to point out that the arena we are standing on will also collapse in a zigzag pattern like so, and the zig doesn't always sag the same way, if you get me. You get me, right? On the platforms that remain, towers will appear, and these towers don't have anything to do with the previously mentioned tower debuff, but they need to be soaked by someone. We'll get into why later, but the ones who should soak the towers are the support players, not the DPS. As to why the DPS cannot soak the towers, are you still following me on this? Hang on, I know what to do. There we go. Now, as to why the DPS cannot soak the towers is because each DPS player will receive a light or dark tether, just like in Para 2, and they need to stretch them out in a pattern like this, where one tether goes across the other, pointed in a way so that the tanks and healers soaking the towers don't get ass blasted back to Narnia. Now, if you manage to do this part correctly, which is easier said than done, not for me though, no, don't misunderstand. But if you did, the lasers and the towers would go off, and we would move on to the second part of Para 3. Oh, you thought we were done, didn't you? Well, we're not. Now open your books on page 69 and listen carefully. We still have those tower and cross debuffs to deal with, so let me break it down for you. The cross and the X debuff need to move to their assigned corner after soaking the tower, because a huge AoE will happen in the shape of their debuff. After this, they only have 3 seconds to move into their next position, because there is one more mechanic that needs to be dealt with. To the north and south, there will be angels that will beam the 2 closest players with lasers, and the cross and the X players need to be one of them. I will talk about who the other 2 should be in a minute. Now, you still remember those towers that I talked about in the beginning? Well, it's time to deal with them now. For this case, let's assume the towers are dark aspected. If you remember from the previous step, the DPS got tethered with either a light or dark tether, so the opposite element needs to soak the towers. But wait, you say? Aren't the towers on opposite sides while the tether always goes on the same side? And to that I say, shut up, don't interrupt my class. But yes, you are right. Which is why the tower on one side needs to move as close to the center as possible to place their tower in a way that it will clip into the other platform ever so slightly, and thus allow the other DPS player to soak the tower and resolve the mechanic. And I think that's it, honestly.
Psych!
The other two DPS need to move into these positions after the lasers hit to bake the lasers. And now we're done with explaining Para 3.
What is that? Has my time come? Wait, is that another drawing from Asi? Explaining Para 3? No, but it's too perfect. I can barely look at it because of how blinding it is. Why did I even bother writing a whole script for my video when something like this exists?
Para 3. Plus goes north, X goes south. Pink platforms are about to fall.
Support space A. Support space A.
Light towers. No.
It was a tower that didn't get soaked. But I did the thing right. I had a
I think
tower.
I left too early. My bad.
Plus north, X south. Remember east and west priority.
Support space A.
Debuffs coming in now. Dark towers.
Ow.
There's a raid wide after all that shit?
Wait, what did I do?
Yeah, that's actually
Someone
so
not
fucking
some
bullshit.
tower?
Oh, I didn't.
Oh.
That's right, I did not take the tower.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's so mean that there's a raid wide after all that.
It was not.
There was an on the soul cast bar when we all wiped. It
Wait,
wasn't
it
the raid
was?
wide that killed us, but there was an on the soul being cast.
Oh my god, that's so mean.
Okay, Para 3. Plus north, X south. Watch out for falling platforms.
Support space A.
Support priority east west. It's dark towers.
Richie, move a bit to the edge, otherwise I'm gonna get clipped.
Damn it.
I was close though.
I got clipped by. What did I get clipped by? The X?
No, that goes off after you died.
Oh.
Who had X?
I don't think it was the X or the plus because they are so telegraphed that we would know if one of them did something.
Probably I got the side.
What happened there was one thing that proved to be more complicated than we initially thought. That was aligning the tethers correctly so that nobody would get clipped unnecessarily. You see, if a straight tether is not straight enough or the cross tether not crossed enough, you risk your laser grazing someone else in its path, which would usually lead to a death and subsequently a wipe. After that run, we actually managed to do everything perfectly. The tethers didn't clip anyone, the towers got placed right and soaked correctly. We just had to get everyone through the raid-wide attack at the end of it, and we would have cleared the mechanic without any mistakes. Incidentally, Asi, our white mage, was apparently so happy about us doing it correctly that he felt a sudden urge to jump for joy. Which is all well and good, it's not like there's a debuff during the mechanic that prevents you from jumping between the platforms or anything like that. I mean, how funny would it be if someone decided to try and jump between the platforms only to fall to their death? Not my friend Asi, that's for sure.
because he's smarter than that. Racer, you go middle. Right wide. Who fell off? What the fuck?
We did
We
it.
fucking did it!
We did
We did it.
Thank
What the fuck
Buster.
is this?
Bang blaster.
Very good. Damn.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Good thing I started recording.
Why did you fall off? I don't
He was.
Trying to jump over to the next platform.
He tried to jump over.
Here's the fast.
Oh my god, I don't know. I looked at the POV, but I already forgot. Like,
Yeah, don't worry. We're gonna. This is gonna be tomorrow's session.
what the fuck? He posted the macro.
Lock in.
The hell is
Look at
that?
that pro.
Okay, everybody lock in. Do that.
Everybody lock in.
Lock in.
If you don't know what to do, just do
Okay,
something.
I'm gonna go in this corner.
Yeah, I think I'll shut over here or something. This sounds good.
Oh, Brick, come to me. Ow.
Who? Where? Oh god, Paul, I'm so sorry.
Hey, I was in
Bye-bye.
right.
What if I just... The boss isn't
Ah.
targetable.
The boss isn't supposed to be targetable.
I got it, guys. Don't worry, I'll 1v1 him.
Alright, you got it.
Oh,
I got
first
A.
spirit tree.
Good job, good job.
Very nice.
Considering everything, that went pretty well, and the part where it all fell apart is the next big mechanic in the fight. Limit cut. Well, first of all, the arena is going to get shrunken down into a hexagon like that. There's going to be sure move out of here other characters. You have to know what the nasty sound here. That's most likely going to be in the right spot as well, because the order in which you bait the lasers is 5 here, shoot 2 lasers, so make sure you're not standing blah blah through blah 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 blah. You just might
Hey, successful.
I just can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man.
Oh, limit cut, my beloved. How I have been looking forward to this mechanic since the beginning of making this video. Explaining this mechanic using words is honestly beyond me. But thankfully, our Lord and Savior Asi has blessed us yet again with one of his drawings depicting limit cut down to the very last detail. Now that I have this, I don't even need to explain the mechanic, because I can tell you already understand it completely after just one glance. But for the uncultured individuals in the audience, I suppose I have to try my best to explain the mechanic using another method. Now, first of all, you would notice the arena being shrunk down into a hexagon shape, like so, with the outer walls being instant death if you touch them. Pretty soon after, the angels around the boss start to tick down, and the boss herself leaves the arena completely. She will very soon after reappear somewhere on the edge, and at the same time there will be silly little numbers that appear above your character. What could they mean, I wonder? Well, that's what I'm here to tell you. The numbers represent the order in which the boss will dash towards you, but the dash needs to be shared between 2 players. So, how do we solve this? We form pairs around the arena like this, so that everyone has a partner to share the damage with. When the boss dashes towards you, she will leave a flaming puddle behind, so you need to move out of it after the dash hits. In almost every case, you would move clockwise to avoid them, so let's keep it that way. So you just keep doing this, and after the boss finishes 8 dashes, you clear the mechanic, right? Wrong. There's a twist. There's always a twist, my friend. Throughout the mechanic, at regular intervals, an angel will appear in the center and shoot lasers to the 2 closest players. And this will happen 4 times in total. We can't just have the same 2 people get shot with the lasers every time, because they would die. So we need to somehow rotate the order of who's going in closer to bait the lasers, and I think it's best to explain this with a step-by-step visual animation, so try your best to remember everything. After everyone moves into their positions with their partner, like this, we are ready for the mechanic to start. The first dash happens on 1 and 3, they move out of the puddle, 2 and 4 adjust to their correct spot to prepare for the second dash. Around this time, 5 and 7 should get hit with the first lasers, after which they move back, and 6 and 8 move in. 2 and 4 get hit with the second dash, 1 and 3 the third dash, and 6 and 8 get hit with lasers. Move back, and then 2 and 4 get the fourth dash. The next players that need to bait the lasers are 1 and 3, so they quickly run across over here to bait the lasers, and simultaneously 5 and 7 replace them to get hit with the fifth dash.
2 and 4 do the same and run across ready to bait the final lasers. 6 and 8 get hit with the 6th dash, 2 and 4 get hit with the lasers, the 7th dash, and the 8th dash. Please note that the lasers do not always go off at the same times as I had them go off in my animation, but you should get the overall idea now. After the final dash finishes, the hexagon disappears, and you all need to run either far north or south because the boss will destroy the center platforms and cast a hard-hitting raid wide that needs almost everyone alive to share the damage, otherwise you will get one shot. So you can get through limit cut successfully with a few people alive, but then the raid wide will get you, so honestly, one of the more difficult parts of Limit Cut was having everyone alive for the attack afterwards. But after Limit Cut, we would be so close to finishing Phase 1, so with Phase 2 finally in sight, everyone was getting pretty excited to finally see it. There's still mechanics after Limit Cut though, so don't get too excited just yet.
Get him up. Where's the Riz?
Here.
Okay, 1 and 3 opposite the boss. 2 and 4 to the right of the boss. 5 and
The macro?
not yet. 5 and 7 soak laser first, or bait laser.
Look at the boss.
Hey, she just follow me. Yeah, you need to sponge with your yeah.
Yeah! I didn't respect the amount of healing I need to do.
Ooh, come on, run north. Sal, run north. No. I thought it was over. My bad, sorry, my bad. I thought it was over. Okay, 1-3, opposite boss. 2-4, next to the boss to the right. 5-7, soak laser first. Okay, watch for the boss.
Press mine. Oh no.
Sorry, Sal, I didn't back off fast enough.
No, I don't think that was the case. When someone dies, the laser goes like to someone who's close.
Did someone
So-
die?
Yeah, someone died.
Okay, you know the drill. 1-3, opposite boss. 2-4, next to boss. 5-7, soak laser first. Then 6-8. Okay, pay attention to where the boss goes. After this.
Look at the boss.
Sal.
It's coming, right?
What can I see?
Oh,
that way.
Not sure how I didn't fight this, but that was a good thing.
We did it!
Hey.
Oh my god.
Right, we're going to way after limit cut. Not sure if
I got it.
discuss.
Okay, what's the boss?
At the boss.
I've always gotten 1 or 3.
Don't try and stack with me.
I died.
This is gonna hurt. This is survival though. Oh. Use your position.
I would say that was a successful limit cut.
Yes.
You should be able to live. Probably not asking. No, I didn't.
I did. I live.
And now try to do super chain too.
Like,
It's the same mechanics. Just a bunch of...
Only a little bit faster. A lot.
starts from A.
Okay, what are the pairs like? I don't know.
Oh. Honestly, not bad.
That's spread.
Oh, I'm full spread.
No spot.
Oh, damn, okay.
Nice, we got there, guys.
Oh, I figure out like half through spreads around it, I guess.
Yeah. What happened
the
in
first-
limit cut?
Now that we had gotten this far, we just had to push through the last two mechanics and get into phase 2. We are really getting close now, and I can't wait to see what it has in store for us. I'm really sorry to leave you hanging like this with your dick in your hand, but as we haven't actually gotten to phase 2 yet, so I will have to save that part for the next video, which will probably include the last bit of phase 1 and the beginning of phase 2. But before I end this, I want to shout out everyone in the raid group and everyone that was in the raid group, because without them, none of this would even be possible. And if you're watching this, then raiding with you guys is honestly the highlight of my week, besides Tuesday offers at Domino's, and I'm grateful to be raiding with you all.